All right, just a little quick tutorial for painting with a chisel tip brush. Just got that angle to it. It's a 2-inch, right there, 50.8 millimeters. If you're on the other side of the world, and so this is what I do when I am edging or I'm trying to do like some, a decent paint job. Let me flip my camera around one sec. Where's that? All right, now that I figured out how to flip the camera around, again, it's chisel 50.8 millimeter. So I've already loaded the brush, but I can redo that one more time for you. So I've got some paint here in a a mud trowel for drywall. I didn't have anything else that I could use, unfortunately, to put some paint in here, and I didn't want to use my tray. I'm picky, I know. Anyways, it's easier for me to carry this around up and down a ladder than it is to carry that thing up and down a ladder, so I choose to use my mud trowel for drywall. Anyways, so what I usually do is I tilt it to one side, so that way when because I'm edging right now, and I do not want to put a whole bunch of paint on my brush because it's going to drip, it's going to leave marks on the base, and you can already see that there's quite a bit of paint on this base already. So I'm trying to avoid putting any more layers on top of that. So what I usually do is I'll start just about the tip of the brush, like right here, and I pull it upwards to load my brush properly. All right, and what that does is that puts just a little bit of paint on the back of the brush and loading most of the paint towards the front of the brush, so that way I have the most control over the amount of paint. Looks like I got a little bit there I want to get off. The amount of paint I put on the wall. And that is going to be super important because if you ever done edging before with a brush, it drips, gets all over the place, real pain in the ass. All right, so here we go. We'll just set this up. Hopefully I don't drop my phone in the paint. All right, I'm gonna start on the wall here. I'm gonna start from a decent distance away from it, and as I drag my brush across, I flatten it out, get it right on that line where the base is, and draw it across. And then what I do now is I'm going to go back over that with the fat edge of my brush, and then back again in order to finish it off, so that way I have a decent amount